All this begins with the now deleted Reddit user named VariousYak6826. In one of the Reddit posts on the r/Black Ops Cold War subreddit, they explain how they found something called the War Dialer in the terminal inside of Black Ops Cold War. Before MrRoflWaffles made a video on this, the post had no replies and was left that way since it was posted. OP also explains how there are almost no videos on this. The most interesting and useful video I found on YouTube was one by TacticsTechniques&Procedures, in which he messes around with the War Dialer. When digging around through the OP's account, a post that was deleted by the r/COD Zombies moderators was found. In the comments, OP explains about the weird Easter egg they discovered after leaving the War Dialer overnight. In their comment, it is apparent that the now deleted post contained a video. Upon further investigation, however, it was found that they had made a cross post to the r/Black Ops Cold War subreddit. This post contains a video, and OP leaves a small explanation of how this may have happened. OP writes, "Hey guys, so I was playing around with the War Dial program in the Cold War terminal. I hadn't seen much about it online. I got bored and just decided to leave my PC on overnight dialing numbers. When I came back the next morning, the terminal gave this super weird error and I couldn't clear it. Anyone seen this before? Is this an Easter egg?" It reads, "Error connection closed unexpectedly by remote. Please contact sysadmin at blank," which seems to be redacted. An account on Twitter known as CodLoreFacts replied to Digital Morlocks, another Twitter user, in which they talk about how they stumbled across the Reddit post from earlier. After people started to analyze the terminal picture, it was found that there was an email hidden in plain sight. People began to email this address, including MrRoflWaffles. After this began to gain a good amount of traction, CharlieIntel came out and said of this, "PSA, there are no new Black Ops 6 Zombies teasers. An email address claiming to have new teasers is fake. Do not send any messages to the email." This still did not stop many people from trying to solve this ARG. MrRoflWaffles wrote some replies to CharlieIntel talking about the situation. In one of the last replies, he mentioned Kevin Drew in the tweet. Kevin Drew works in the Zombies department as an associate director at Treyarch. Another important thing to mention is that a year ago, Kevin Drew deactivated his account on Twitter. However, his account was reactivated on Twitter around the same time that this was all developing. According to his tweet, "Against my better judgment, I have returned." In one of the replies to CharlieIntel, MrRoflWaffles says, "Please let us know who to believe," and Kevin Drew replies, "Am I even really who I say I am?" This can be seen as kind of leading him on or playing along with what is currently going on. Looking at MrRoflWaffles' video, he emailed this address and not long after actually got a response.
They said, "Your years of service are legendary. We may have use for your skills. Attached, you will find an image that does not exist. You will not succeed alone, however." And then it says, "I'll be seeing you." And they attached an image.
And this was the image attached along with the email. More people began to receive responses from this email address, and a total of 6 pictures were collected. It was found that if you followed the address for the email cy83r14.net, it leads to a website that is password protected. When we look at the images, the barn image contains the letters ST on the silos, the bone-in map contains the letter ED on the bottom right of the map, this image contains the letters IS in the file name, the CIA lobby picture contains the letters CA on the globe, this Harper's Ferry image when compared to the original, the letters IE are upside down, and the Cinderella picture contains the letters TH that are highlighted. People tried taking these 6 pairs of letters and putting them in different variations and even inputting them into anagram solvers online. However, ultimately the correct password was a phrase, "The die is cast." Upon entering the correct password, you enter another website. Under the title, it shows the phrase in Latin. It also says, "Well done. Clearly we were right to put our faith in you. Through working together, you have proven yourself some of the best minds of this new age. It may appear as if your work was for naught, but as we have placed our trust in your skills, you must place your trust in us. Now you have gained a point of contact with us. We will be in touch very soon." One thing that I find very interesting in this piece of text is that it says "we" and "us," which leads me to believe that this is a group behind this. The website displays all the pictures used to uncover the password, and at the very bottom of the page, it shows a date and a time, July 22nd at 1:15 p.m. Though it may seem like this is all that is displayed on the site, there is one more thing. If you go to the very bottom of the page and press Ctrl-A to select all the elements on the page, it uncovers text blending in with the background. It reads, "P.S. They are after you now. Sorry. Perhaps we should have warned you in advance, but this was the only way. One of their offices that doesn't exist was within the materials you received. Watch your back. Signed, A." After all of this was uncovered, people in MrRoflWaffles' chat suggested that he went to alealactas.org, which is the password in Latin. I'm not really sure if this next site has anything to do with this ARG, but it's still very interesting. When entering the site, there are 2 menu options, Sapientia, which translate to wisdom from Latin, and Pony Express, which upon clicking it loads nothing on the next page. Under the wisdom page, there are 3 poems: Corvus, which translates to a crow, Toil, which is English meaning to work hard and long, and finally Mors, which means a personification of death in Roman mythology. The Corvus poem is a poem titled The Raven, written by Edgar Allan Poe, which was written in 1845. Toil is a poem titled Ill-Starred by Charles Baudelaire. It was written in 1861. Lastly, the Mors poem is an excerpt from the poem titled Death Has No Terror by Lucius Annaeus Seneca. At the very bottom of the wisdom section, it reads, "You desire to know more, but will be found wanting. An insatiable hunger, deeper and deeper you will delve, and will it quench you?" Going back to the landing page of the site, you are presented with the question, what is the name of the raven? You can input the word nevermore to be sent to the next page. You are then presented with what looks like to be a very weird and cryptic planned meeting with whatever group is associated with this website. Like I mentioned, I have no clue if this website is even associated with this ARG, so if you're going to do your own investigation or research, please proceed with caution and respect. Towards the end of MrRoflWaffles' stream, you can see that a sound outside of his room catches his attention. He hears things on and off during the stream until eventually he goes and investigates what is going on. When he gets up and reaches the door, his lights seemingly turn off on their own. He goes back to try and investigate and leaves the camera frame. After that, the stream ends out of nowhere after him being gone for some time. This part of the stream leads me to buy more into the theory that this is all planned out and the MrRoflWaffles is either working with Activision directly or the person who is behind this ARG. Thanks to anyone who stuck around this far into the video. I'm not really sure what will come from this ARG, but it's been very fun to research, investigate, and watch this whole thing unveil. Hopefully there's more to come, even if it's not associated with Activision, because it's still very intriguing. Thank you all for stopping by, and if anything comes from this, I'll be sure to cover it. Thank you.